This is Binarai. Welcome to Raptoreum Official. It's good to be back. Welcome, community. This is the official Raptoreum YouTube channel. Share the stream. We've got something to show you. Raptoreum.
moving like a mold dog. Blacks out, moving like a mold dog. With the shits, this that old spot. Blacks out, moving like a mold dog. Killer P, throw it back, this that so what? Southwest with the shits, this that old spot. Sound boy in the ground, fuck his old spot. Dirty nasty lingo that be attracting. It's crazy when we roll, yeah we make a roll. If you know, then you know. If you don't, you don't. Keep your disses on loud, never speak them low, never speak them low. Dirty nasty lingo that be attracting. It's crazy when we roll, yeah we make a roll. If you know, then you know. If you don't, you don't. Keep your disses on loud, never speak them low. Blacks out, moving like a mold dog. Killer P, throw it back, this that so what? Southwest with the shits, this that old spot. Sound boy in the ground, fuck his old spot. Blacks out, moving like a mold dog. Killer P, throw it back, this that so what? Southwest with the shits, this that old spot. Sound boy in the ground, fuck his old spot. Blacks out, moving like a mold dog. With the shits, this that old spot. Blacks out, moving like a mold dog. With the shits, this that old spot.
All of us out here setting up shop, trying to move off the block. If you need to pick up a pack, you know you gotta come to the spot. Trying to move off the block, trying to move off the bot. If you need to pick up a pack, you know you gotta come to the spot.
Cap it up, wrap it up. You can tell all the love's running off. I feel like had a lost in the mirror. You see by her face that she's had enough. Cap it up, wrap it up. You can tell all the love's running off. I feel like had a lost in the mirror. You see by her face that she's had enough.
All of us out here setting up shop, trying to move off the block. If you need to pick up a pack, you know you gotta come to the spot. Trying to move off the block, trying to move off the bot. If you need to pick up a pack, you know you gotta come to the spot.
Cap it up, wrap it up. You can tell all the love's running off. I feel like had a lost in the mirror. You see by her face that she's had enough. Cap it up, wrap it up. You can tell all the love's running off. I feel like had a lost in the mirror. You see by her face that she's had enough.
Welcome, community. My name is Binarai from Raptoreum Core, and to my right we have the strategic badass Hunter Schultz, and below me we have a special guest, Yeti, the new developer at Raptoreum. It's an absolute pleasure to be here to bring you this stream today on the 17th of December, and it's almost Christmas for 2025. So how are we all?
Terrific. Doing good.
Yeah, good. Are any of you two got any like audio like going? Have you got Yeti? Have you got the stream next to you with the audio? I thought I could hear something coming through. All right. Okay. Seems like Fudweiser is excited to see you, Yeti. He's like your biggest fan at the moment. Maybe that's maybe that's regular. Maybe that's the reason he's buying so many nodes. Not financial advice, do your own research and all that, you know.
Yeah.
If you are new to Raptoreum, make sure you head over to our Discord. The link is at the top right of the stream. That is discord.gg/Raptoreum. And if you want your comment to appear directly on the stream, you can talk in our stream party chat where you will see your comment on the stream. You can also discuss in the YouTube chat as well. And also throughout this stream, you're going to see something you haven't seen before. And I invite you all to ask any questions that you like in regards to what you're seeing and what you're unsure about. And right at the end of the stream, we're going to go through as many of them or all of them as we can in as much depth as we can fit in. So yes, awesome stuff. It's good to see you, Evil Cycle. I can see some new people in the chat as well. Hello to everyone on Discord. Hello to everyone on Telegram. It's good to see you guys. Okay, so usually after the stream ends, we do a bit of Raptoreum rain. I'm going to do the rain today on I'm going to do it on Discord. So if you want to receive some Raptoreum coins, head over to our Discord. Again, the link is at the top right of the stream, and I'll be doing that in the stream party chat. Also, we are on X, that's at Raptoreum. We're on Instagram, same username. We're on Threads again, same username. We're on TikTok, at Official Raptoreum. And obviously we're on YouTube because you're watching us right here as well. So let's get started with this stream. I've got a few notes to skim over just for a bit of structure. So I'll try and stick as closely as I can to the notes, but usually we do veer off the notes, which is not a bad thing, I suppose. Oh yes, I forgot to mention as well, please like the stream if you're watching. I'm not going to do the whole YouTuber thing, but that's just a small request to click that like button and the subscribe button as well if you want. Okay, Hunter, I know you've got a few things to say, so I think it's probably best if you get that done first, so we can then structure this stream in a much more easier way to edit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Or just in general. Okay. So I mentioned last week that I have arranging a call with the Creative Education Foundation, which I have a family connection to. So the call is set with the CEO on January 7th. So that is done. This has a pretty big impact, a potential impact on our EdTech project, which I hope will be able to show you soon. I'm sure we will at some point. The question is, we're getting the pilot project set, and once that's in place, then we will confirmed. Then we'll unwrap that one. So more good news heading into the discussion. So the location of that project, the first pilot project, I think the Creative Education Foundation has some connections down there. I'm almost positive they do. They're an international organization. So I'm looking forward to that. And the second thing is, today I was working on sending out the first of some targeted news releases regarding RaptorLock IP. And these are custom tailored releases. They are designed for the site's audience, whoever the site may be, and also their writing styles. And so the first one off today, and that was about 3 hours worth of work just to tailor that one in, because every single word has to count and be tweaked for that specific audience. So anyway, that's going. Another one goes out tomorrow. And those are the two bigger news things that I've got for today.
Well, that's a surprise, Hunter. You usually babble on for ages. So, yes, Hunter's keeping it short and sweet. He's been very well behaved because of our special guest today.
Almost like you know something else is in the cards.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
so
yeah, everyone sees who's waiting in the wings, and they're like, "Yeah, will you get the old guy off the stage, please?"
Yes,
That's
yeah.
fine.
So it seems Hunter doesn't want to step on Yeti's toes, but I think Yetis have got quite large toes, haven't they? So yes, it's a sensible thing. Anyway, okay, as you can see, we have Yeti right here, and we have done a few posts about it. Hunter sent one out on YouTube and on Twitter earlier today, or X, sorry. I did put a little post out after a discussion we had in a group last night with Yeti. I thought it was a cool thing to mention. So that's why I posted it. So I think today we're going to start off with getting to know Yeti a bit better, and along with his experience and things like that. He did touch on it lightly on the last stream, but I think if myself and Hunter ask Yeti a few questions, you will see the why Yeti's here, the overall value, and things like that. So I think the first thing I'm going to ask Yeti is that what you want me to call you, Yeti?
Bob?
I can't hear you at the moment, Yeti. Your mic's not working.
Hang on one sec.
Oh, there we go.
All my friends call me Yeti anyway, so I mean, doesn't really matter.
All right, okay. So yes. So tell us about yourself. That's that's the first thing.
For those who that don't already know me, obviously, I've got 20 years of experience in coding and development. I mean, there isn't much languages I don't code these days. I think I'm up to almost double digits now. And by the time I start messing around with Raptor, I'm sure that'll be another language that I have to start learning as well, especially after that conversation we had last night about it. So yeah, I suspect that that'll be another coding language to add to the repertoire.
So you basically just announced something that nobody knows yet. You're working on Raptor as well.
Well, I mean, at the moment, it's just, let's say, some creative sit downs for the moment. But I suspect that by the time that Hunter and myself get really going on and chatting, it will end up with me building something, I'm sure.
Okay.
Either that or something directly into what I'm about to show in a minute is probably where the logical approach would be.
All right. I think the next logical thing to ask you is, why are you here with us at Raptoreum?
Sure. I mean, you have one person in your team that's very persistent. I'll give you that. That being Mr. Big Piggy over there, and David. He's been persistently bugging me. As soon as he caught wind that I was on the way out the door at Dynex, he was very keen on seeing if there was something that I could bring to the table. So we had a good chat with, I've met quite a few of the team. I've actually worked with a few of the team as well over the years. So, it made a lot of sense that I go somewhere where I know the team, I know what they're capable of, I know the network's capable of what I want to run on it. So it made a lot of logical sense.
I think that's the next logical question. Why is Raptoreum a good base for you to build on?
Oh, for what I'm building personally, well, what the things that I'm building, and we haven't announced this yet. You saw some small bits of it yesterday, but for that it needs stability. It needs, a certain level of what already is running on Raptoreum, like the assets, for example. There isn't much that needs to be even tweaked to support what I want to run on Raptoreum right now. So with a few small adjustments, we can effectively run that piece of software stack right on top of Raptoreum. So it's quite an interesting one.
Without announcing or saying what that is, what that particular project is that you're building on Raptoreum, what elements are required for that project to be successful? And how can that be utilized on the RTM chain?
So we're going to wrap it up inside of Smart Nodes. Like I said to you, without going into too much detail and giving away the surprise, because I'll have most of that fleshed out by end of January, hopefully, that we can then start discussing the actual development path for it. But the idea and concept is that there is a financial aspect of what I'm going to run, so that'll be generating revenue. And I've already agreed with David that there will be a 50-50 split, what we make for doing it and running it, and then obviously what we pay Raptoreum or the blockchain itself for running that service for us. So it's going to be interesting. That one's not quite ready yet, though, to announce. But if anyone knows me and what I've done in the past, probably they got some ideas about what I'm going to build. But I want to leave that a bit of a surprise.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Hunter, have you got anything to add?
Well, I would just ask, tell us why you're here today, and show us the first thing that you've built for the project for Raptoreum.
We kind of briefly touched upon it last week in the stream, that obviously what my first port call is for development. That's looking at obviously an RTM wallet. So RTM doesn't have an Electron wallet. It's one of the frameworks that's very easy to use and very easy to build with. So when David caught wind that I was willing to build one, he kind of just went, off you go and have some fun. So, and that was last week.
Okay, before you show anything off,
yeah,
I mean, Yeti's going to share his screen. He's going to show us what he's built. But before you show anything off, for those that don't already know what an Electron wallet is and the differences between an Electron wallet and the core wallet that we currently have, can you explain to the community what
sure.
that is?
So the core wallet is built with a framework called Qt. It's old, it's antiquated. Pretty much every antivirus picks it up these days as some kind of problem, even if it isn't. You know, and the framework for Qt to actually build upon is quite restrictive. It's also based in C. So unless you know C and you know it pretty good, then you're going to struggle to be able to adjust anything on there. You might be able to change some wording, some language files and so forth, but the actual intricate coding, unless you're familiar with Qt, you're going to really struggle. Whereas Electron is based in JavaScript. So it's basically written for browser engines. And therefore it's very, very familiar to a lot of coders out there. So even if you've got a very low end understanding of code, you should still be able to pick up what is the source code for the new wallet, for example, and be able to add to it. I've heavily notated it as well. So all the actual source code is heavily notated inside, so that anyone who wants to add more to it will be free to do so.
Excellent stuff. Okay, before Yeti shares his screen and explains the wallet and its functions, I'd just like to reiterate, while you are watching this, please send any questions that you've got either to the stream party chat or to the YouTube chat. So Yeti, take it away, share your screen, and I'll put that on full screen. Oh, nice background.
Right. So I guess you guys can see everything okay? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So first things first, the difference between what this is and what you're used to with a core wallet is that instead of having to physically, you know, go through the process of creating a wallet in a core wallet and then having to switch between DAT files, right? The main thing that I built here is a full wallet manager. So it stacks your wallets inside of the configuration itself so that you can switch between them pretty much dynamically, which has its advantages. It's also a lot more efficient in the code to do that than having to completely, for what in full purpose is shutting the wallet completely in Qt, because how you load and unload a wallet in Qt is by literally destroying what you're opening and then reloading what you've got. Whereas this, it'll actually do it straight on the fly. It actually logs you out of one wallet straight into the next. So efficiency wise, this thing is probably in excess of 200% more efficient than a Qt wallet. Yeah. Like Qt's old technology, so you could probably gain 150% just by rewriting it, sort of thing. So it's that extra 50%, right? And usability. For me, 20 years in the game of doing code, usability is a big reason why people either use something or don't use something, right? I personally don't use a lot of programs because I don't like the UI, or it's too complicated to get your head round. You know, I was saying to you guys the other day, like, you know, certain software, no problem, because it's super easy to use. But if it's too difficult, no one's going to use it. So that was the core thinking behind everything on here. So obviously, before I load up the wallet, just remember this is still a work in progress, by the way. So there's still bits that we know that are not fully working. The assets and the smart node area is one of them. Most of the design elements are now done. It's just the finalization of the testing on the testnet, basically.
Excellent.
So this is it logged in. Now, this is how you'll see it when you first log in. You'll see it themed out in Raptoreum's official colors. I'll get to that bit in a second though, because there is a little extra in the system for that. But most of the sections are pretty self-explanatory, right? On your wallet homepage, you've got your balance, you've got your wallet address, you've got a public key that can be validated against the public key on the block explorer, right? So that if you need to prove to somebody that, you know, it's matching, and they can take screenshots and they can validate against the blockchain. Market price, that's supplied by CoinGecko's API. So we have nothing to do with that. It's just pulling directly from a third party source, and obviously sending of funds, right? Very straightforward, very things that everyone should be familiar with if they've used a wallet of any kind, right? Where the difference is where you start getting into the realms of what can be done under the assets or smart nodes, or the key backup, for example. That key backup is something that is going to get a couple of conversations, I'm sure. But the assets and smart node area are not quite ready yet, but I will show you how they'll look. And this is one of the things that I wanted to bring that isn't available in the Qt wallet at all, which is some basic statistical stuff. So how many assets are you actually currently, you know, housing under your account? Whether they're, you know, locked amounts, can it be remintable, you know, for future down the road? NFT support is obviously baked in now as well. I finished that today. So when you add an asset, you have an option, whether it's a traditional asset, as in like a sub coin effectively, with a number of decimal places and everything like that, or it's a single amount one because it's an NFT, for example, or another type of electronic asset. So if I show you how the creating of an asset will look and work, you can see that, you know, you go along and you add your token or your asset name, how many of the initial supply is going to be. This is very familiar to people who have done assets in the past, but for anyone who hasn't messed around with assets, I'm trying to make it as easy as it can be for you guys, right? So you pick all your fields out, fill in the boxes, hit go, done. You don't have to worry about sending out funds to deal with it all. It's all taken care of for you. So trying to eliminate the, you know, the basic screw ups that anyone can make, right? Put a dot in the wrong place, put a space in the wrong place. There'll be some validation that it's going to be wrapped around this as well to, again, make it so that you don't make those mistakes. Similar to like when you create a password, it's going to ask you for a minimum of 8 characters, just because, you know, if it was down to me, it'd be 25 characters, but I think most people would be upset with me making you, you know, 25 character passwords.
Yeah.
But the idea is that once you create your asset, it'll be listed in your asset area, and you'll be then able to burn, update that asset if it's updatable, of course, because you've got to flag it as updatable, or what we were discussing yesterday around potentially linking of assets, right? Because we like that idea. Has great potential for down the road. I won't go say too much, but like ultimately linked assets are an interesting thing that we can utilize within the chain itself already. So why not have that option in there, right? So that you can take full advantage of it.
Absolutely. Can't hear you again, Yeti.
Is it all going weird again? Hang on one second.
Yeah,
I think
we can hear you again now.
Yeah, it's Discord playing up as usual. Hopefully that solves it. I've just hard set it to my microphone.
Okay.
Fingers crossed. So with the asset area, obviously we've got to test these on testnet, because I need to create a ton of assets to make sure that, you know, we can burn, do all the mechanisms that are on there. So the smart nodes are the same, right? 1.8 million Raptoreum every time I want to try and lock up the collateral. If that goes wrong on the main net, poof, there goes 1.8 million, you know, Raptoreum. We don't want that. So got to do that on testnet. But it shouldn't take too long. I've got the basic of like the core of the code in there now. So for both the assets and the smart nodes, we just need to refine it out now. Probably another couple of days, I would say, to get that refined out. Maybe weekend, I'll be able to get that ironed out. But again, it's the same with the smart node area. Little stats bar at the top of the page, giving you a little bit more information than you're used to getting out of a traditional wallet. So total number of smart nodes, obviously how many are online to the total number of nodes you currently run. I could open it up to every single node on the network, but I think it's more appropriate inside of a wallet that it be your nodes that you're controlling and taking care of rather than the whole entire list. Plus it's a little bit more efficient just to load out, you know, 10, 20 items instead of thousands.
I suppose, yeah. And also, if you did want to search the rest of the nodes, you can just use the Explorer.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, it's not designed to replace the Explorer or any of the services that are currently available. All it's there to do is to tie it under a little bit easier so that you're not having to go 5 different places to get your one answer.
Yeah.
So, and again, with smart nodes, it's going to be as simple by the time I'm finished as fill in 4 or 5 options, hit go. It'll do all of sending of the collateral for you to your designated addresses and all of that. But in the process, it will also create those sub wallets, store all of the WIF data against your wallet so that it's what's called an integrated wallet. So you've got multiple addresses underneath one main address holding. And then, yeah, it'll be able to revoke collaterals and so forth, because everything that comes back from the node when you set up a smart node, we store inside your wallet in an encrypted format so that we can then decrypt it later and be able to pull out the appropriate variables. It should also eliminate people forgetting to write down certain amounts of information that you should write down when you're setting up smart nodes.
Okay. Understood.
So,
I think one of the main questions people are going to be asking in order to, you know, use it and trust the wallet in comparison to the core wallet, which they've used for a long time now, is the wallet secure?
I mean, so that comes as part of my background as well. So when I was a lot younger, I was, let's say, a lot more stupid on the internet.
What do you mean by stupid?
It got me quite a reputation online for doing nefarious things. And then I realized that actually what that could do for me would give me a background and a chance to do security for networks and large scale deployments. So it's been a bit of a passion that I've done for many, many years, security audits and network penetration testing. For me, it's actually really fun. I mean, it really is. And it was part of what I did while I was at Dynex as well. It was part of my remit as their head of ecosystem, was to do all the network penetration testing and so forth. So one thing I made sure with, and this is where the key backup comes in, literally I've made it so that all you have to do is supply a password. That's it. Doesn't have to do anything else. It will back up everything for you with just a password. And the password's there just to act as the encryption key. So without that password, you're never going to be able to decrypt it at all. I would be hard pushed to even decrypt it myself, kind of thing, without any idea of what your key would be. So that in mind, you know, we've already started at very high levels of security, probably even more secure than the Qt wallet is, because Qt has this wonderful problem of that if you're not careful, there is debugging that is left in the Qt wallet by standard, right? If you don't turn that off, you can literally just hijack users' wallets. We've seen it loads of times, right, where a network will put out a really rough Qt wallet that they've gone and forked from somewhere else, haven't checked the code, patched it for theirs, and then wondered why everyone running it has had their funds drained. And that's because they're doing wildcard lookups for wallet.dat files that are stored in my downloads folder, for example. I never ever advise people do that, to actually leave them in my downloads, because it's the one place everyone looks, right?
Yeah.
So given that in mind, when this installs, it doesn't install to where you download it, for one, right? It stores it in your local user profiles, so like a proper program would.
Okay. And
then the key generation is tied based on a password and the key pair that is effectively based on your PC. Now, only needs the key, the password, to unlock and decrypt, but the way that it actually does the encryption is by using two methodologies. One is a password and the second is a key pair.
Okay.
So, and it, like I say, security is one of those things that I really do care about. I wouldn't go the full distance unless I was confident that I could do it. I showed you guys my private key last night.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like nothing you've probably seen before, kind of thing. It's a full-blown AES 256 encryption. So it's as good can be for the moment. As soon as there's a new methodology that I can use, then we can always push that up. And obviously the only downside is then making it backwards compatible. So if you've created it in the older version of the wallet, it would use the old version to decrypt and then re-encrypt it with the new method. So we can roll up new securities on this as they come out, basically.
Yeah.
If there's a vulnerability, we can roll out a brand new patch in a matter of probably an hour.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, and then obviously the history is pretty self-explanatory, but I'll just quickly go over it because there is a couple of cool features in there. One is dynamic filtering. So you can just, if you just want to see all your inbound transactions, outbound transactions, filter it by a specific wallet address. There's also the export CSV that is completely compatible with Coinly or any other tax purpose software for crypto. So that'll help a lot of people. I know that some people really hate the fact that there's not very many services that are integrated to just plug and play with most of these tax auditing softwares.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I took the option of Coinly first, but I may even go around and get a few more and then build a drop down that says, which are you planning on exporting this for? And then it would restructure that data accordingly for that specific program. I think that's really helpful. Also goes to, you know, a long way to help people be able to put their tax forms in correctly as well. Like if you're anything like me, I had to go and get a money guy because I'm terrible with my paperwork. So, you know, if I can just hit one button, give that over to my money guy and go, there's all my accounts for Raptoreum and what I've earned this year, you know, what my holdings are and everything, then I know that I'm going to be in a much better position than if I had to try and do this manually. And you're then trying to copy it out into an Excel spreadsheet, put all the formulae in there. And yeah, I can just see that being a real problem for people. So one click export is where it's at.
My boat.
And then this is the bit that's really, really probably the bit that I'm actually really happy about. So if a Qt wallet loses connection to its node, or the node inside the Qt wallet breaks, right? I believe the Raptoreum one will slowly sort of heal itself and restart the processes. This, however, has instant failover, like immediately. So the moment I pull the plug, it will flip over to the backup RPC.
Okay. Yep.
And then if those two are unavailable, there's going to be a public one supplied by Raptoreum that will act as a redundant failsafe system.
Mm-hmm.
So one fails, the next one fails over to the public, which is actually going to be in its own right a load balanced RPC with 2 or 3 servers behind it. So actually it's even more than triple redundant, but from the outset it's triple redundant. One of the things I really wanted to put in place was some kind of redundancy for connectivity. Very easy is it these days to lose connections to nodes, and you know, with DNS outages that we've seen in the last few months with Cloudflare and all of that could take out a whole bunch of nodes if it's looking up off of a DNS list, for example, or any number of, you know, routing issues. So you can run your own node as well. I will be supplying a one-click deployment tool for the service so that you can actually have it bootstrap a node for you. It'll configure all the node with the correct variables that you need, default username and passwords for the RPC, and then you can literally just connect to your own node locally.
Oh, that was actually my question. My next question, I was about running a smart node on the wallet.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Is there anything more we need to know about that?
Until obviously I've given it a full thrashing and find out where the bugs are in the code for smart nodes on the testnet. I don't know how much more I need to tweak yet. I suspect there'll be a little bit more once I start testing regularly on the testnet for collateral send, then obviously revoking the collateral and get it back, because we've got to make sure that all the pro T, yeah, I think it's pro TX, isn't it? Because that's an important hash that helps with dealing with revoking the collateral. So of course need to make sure that all gets stored correctly. I'm sure on the testnet I'm going to burn through many millions of Raptoreum trying to get this working, but you know, the best way to do is to do it on the testnet right now for that.
Sure.
To be clear.
So for someone who doesn't quite understand, running a smart node from the wallet. I mean, I'm used to using like Pecunia and NodeHub, and used to use iNodes, of course. But so for the technically challenged people like me, what are we talking about here?
So realistically, a PC or a server, doesn't matter which. There isn't, and please, Binarai, please correct me if I'm wrong. Right now, there isn't any specific requirements around smart nodes.
It's just stipulated in text. Yeah, there's nothing specific.
There's nothing set hard in stone right now. But that doesn't mean there won't be down the road. But the way I look at it is, if you're looking at what most nodes are. They're minimum of 4 cores, 8 threads, like 8 gig of RAM, although 6 at a push, and a dedicated IP address.
Yep.
Although again, it might be that down the road RTM opens that up so that you can have more than one per IP address by just shifting the port numbers effectively, right? Yeah, the idea is that as long as you've got hard drive space to support storing of the chain, which I believe is around 26 gig right now, somewhere around that. It's not huge. The data files for that. I think the compressed bootstrap's only 12 gig, if I remember rightly. So, but the auto launcher that I've built for that, it makes it so easy. Like literally, just set up an account, run the code. It'll then do all of the pre-configuration for you. And then you come back into your wallet, put your IP address in, the port number you forwarded, and lock it up. Although, again, you guys pointed out last night in our chat that we also probably need to add an option for node providers. If there are node providers that are offering Raptoreum nodes,
Yep.
which there are, we probably should have an option that says, I'm going to self-host, and then it opens up those extra fields, versus I'm using a node supplier, select the provider, and then I'll actually reach out to all the node providers and we'll see if we can't do a fairly seamless one-click collateral and away your node goes kind of thing. I think it makes a lot of sense. So, and then the only other two features are it's already done. It's multi-language. Currently, there's 4 languages. There's English, French, German, and Spanish. More to be added as we get through this, and full theme support. So we could have, for example, I know Rabbit is a big supporter of RTM. We may possibly do a Rabbit mining specific themed version for the wallet, because I think that'd be quite cool. And obviously Raptoreum's got theirs. And then there is also another one as well, because I thought it wouldn't be me without putting my color scheme somewhere. So, you know, at a moment's notice, you can click a button and flip the theme. So, and the same with the language packs, right? So you go, oh, okay, so it starts in English. Okay, I'm from France. I want it in French. Drop it down, select the French, and wham, straight away. Don't have to reload the app. Don't have to do anything of that. It does it all on the fly. So, yeah.
Awesome.
And then there's this bit. This bit is the one that we were discussing earlier today about we're going to open up the door for some testers. So I thought you might want to go over that quickly.
Yeah, so after the stream ends, we're going to create an application where you can put your details in, and if we accept the application, then you can get the what did I tell you Yeti was the role name? I thought that was I can't remember what I said.
1 second. Where is it?
It's the confetti roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can get the confetti roll where you will see the beta channel and where you can participate until the release date on testing this wallet out. And
do we want to give it away about the release date?
Well, I think we will tell them at the end after we've taken some community questions. I think that's the best idea.
100%. Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Keep them watching.
All right. So I'm going to leave the screen as it is right now, because while you've been chatting, Yeti, I have positioned things on the screen for everyone to see, including little camera snippets as well. Quite proud of that. And it's looking pretty good. So if anyone's got any questions, you can quickly show them. I think the only thing that I've got left to ask you is, does my wallet work if the main node goes down?
Yes. Yeah. So that's that whole triple failover system, right? So your main RPC goes down, it immediately fails over to the secondary. If the secondary fails over, then it goes on to the public, which is a load balanced RPC. Charlie's actually been working on that for the last day or so about getting a load balance set up for it up and running so that we can make sure that there's ample capacity for housing, quite a substantial number of connections.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, Hunter, have you got anything else before we move over to the community?
Yeah, I know you're very proud of the backup, and you have every right to be, because it's pretty awesome. Is there anything else that you want to talk about when it comes to backing up?
Yeah,
backing up and restoring the wallets.
Yeah, so you can either back up a wallet individually, so that if, say, for example, you want specifically an individual backup for each one, you can. Or on the wallet manager index file where you've got all your list is a single click button that says backup all wallets, and it will back up all the wallets you've got listed there in one gigantic backup file that you can then, instead of having to import one by one, you can just import one singular file and it will restore all of your wallets. So if you've got 50 wallets that you might be running, I know of one person who has that many wallets because of the number of things he's running on the network, shall we say. I'm sure he doesn't want to re-import 50 wallets one after another. If you can do 50 in one go and it just imports all 50, that's a much better way in my view.
Oh, yeah. Terrific.
Absolutely. All right, so if you've got any questions for Yeti, who is our guest on today's stream, please send them to the YouTube channel and also or the stream party chat at the Discord. Again, the link is at the top right of the stream if you are not on the Discord. And we are going to start going through some of the questions that you have already asked. So, Hunter, I think if you can keep an eye on the stream party chat, and I'll keep an eye on the YouTube.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
sure.
then I think we'll be good then. Okay, so I think the first question isn't really too serious, but we'll answer it anyway, as we do. We answer every question, and this one's not exactly aimed at Yeti, but it's aimed at Hunter, and that is, will we finally see the hairy chest of Hunter?
No. Just no. No. Moving right along.
Okay. Hunter, have you got a question on your side? Well, I think we'll alternate.
I am looking. Oh, what operating systems would the wallet support?
It's a really good question. Out the box, it already currently supports Windows, Linux, and Mac already. So we've already got the GitHub running. It's currently locked down and private at the moment, but as soon as we open the door, it's going to have all the releases available across the board. And then if I can do it, if not, it'll be a case of having to learn the best way to do it. I want to cross compile this so that we can try and get it on smart devices as well. So phones would be the next logical step of that.
Yeah, and from what I've gathered in a short time, I say short, I've known you for a while, but from what I've gathered in the short discussion we had yesterday, that's entirely possible for Yeti to accomplish.
Yeah, Android's not too bad. iOS development's real pain.
Yeah,
because Apple do like to drag out their validation process.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, the next question I've got on my side of things on the YouTube is from Grey Race 7720, who asks, do you need to have a full synchronized node running to get the smart node information inside the wallet?
Yes. Although that's where the public options are going to be there available, they will already be synced, and therefore the moment they connect to those nodes, it would already be synced up to the latest thing anyway. This is why I'm going to be releasing the bootstrapped option for the bootstrapped index, so that you can literally run a script and it'll do all of that for you. I've got both Linux and Windows coded up for that deployment script. I'm still working on Mac.
Excellent stuff, Hunter.
So the script, the script that you're talking about, I mean, I'd love to have a one-click bootstrap, just update this thing and boom.
Yeah.
Is that where you're going?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it'll download from the official bootstrap system. So that runs about 6 or 7 days behind. I think it's weekly that it updates. And basically you run your program. I've got both a PowerShell script for Windows and a Bash script written for Linux. Have to make some modifications to the Bash script for Mac, because obviously Mac has specific functions that you need to call, even though it's a derivative for Linux. And well, actually it's FreeBSD, but same principle. A lot of it copies over. There's just a few functions that need to be tweaked for Mac, but yeah, it's going to be a one-click deployer for all three. So you're at that point, then you're only going to need about 25 minutes to sync your node from scratch, which is a hell of a lot better than like 28 hours.
This is just getting better and better.
Absolutely.
There's no more questions on Stream Party Chat.
All right, I've got another question on the YouTube from Grey Race again, who says you also need port forwarding for port 10226 if you want to run a VPN with a dedicated IP address. I think that might be a follow-up on his last question.
I haven't needed to port forward other than the port that I selected, which on here is my 1999-8 port. I haven't had to open up any other port.
Yeah, he said for running a smart node. Yeah.
Yeah, for running a smart node, there is port requirements, I believe. They're all in the documentation on the website. It's what I use to build and flesh out all of the smart node area. So I would guess if there's requirements for port forwarding, then we might even be able to plug in something that can do some checksums for that as well.
Awesome. Okay. If you do have any more questions and you are watching the stream after it's finished, please send them to the comment section on YouTube, and also to any of us on the Discord, Yeti included, and we will answer everything in as much depth as we can. In regards to this new wallet that Yeti's created, Yeti, when are you going to let the world use it?
So the private beta will go out and open up from basically today until sort of around, I don't know how long you want to run that for to open that door up to people, but I would suspect probably a week of letting people apply. We're going to open it up for private beta testing till somewhere in between Christmas and New Year, and then we're going to open beta it come January 1st.
Excellent. That's
yeah.
So if you are watching January the 1st,
yep,
that's going to be the date. So you're going to have a nice gift for a nice new year. And I know that there's a lot of people who are really excited about that, because they were literally relying solely on the core wallet. Obviously, there is another option, which I'm not going to mention on this stream, in development, but it's a complete breath of fresh air from what we've seen today, and it's really exciting stuff. And I think Yeti's done some amazing work for the project, and we should really respect Yeti for what he's done and for what he's got undercovers as well, which we're not mentioning on this stream at the moment, but
there's going to be quite a few announcements over the next few months, I would suspect.
Absolutely.
Last night was off the charts. We had our Tuesday Raptor Lock IP development call, and all I can say is Small Paul was blown away. He said, "I'm simply blown away." So, and he's already integrated some of the things that we've talked about last night into Raptor Lock. And,
Yeah, I mean, that's the benefit of collaborative work, right? Is that you get multiple people's opinions and different angles of looking at things. You know, not everyone looks at the same thing exactly the same. I've learned that over many years. I've seen people look at things and completely, go so wide of the mark. I'm like, did I miss something, kind of thing? And then I just realized, no, it's just a lot of people have very different ways to approach things. So I love the collaborative side of things because that makes development much quicker.
And it showed. Trust me, it showed. And I'm not a developer. But there is one question that I have that had I been in the chat, I would have asked it, and that you sort of touched on it, Binarai, and that was insofar as Raptoreum, the project, the blockchain, what are some of the things that you see strength-wise and possibilities, without giving anything away that you're looking at, but in terms of how this project looks for you, the possibilities, what you're thinking?
I think Hunter, he didn't want to mention last night to too many people the reasons behind it. Do you remember him saying that?
No, I meant just Raptoreum itself. You know what the capabilities are between smart contracts and but
yeah, I mean,
I heard some.
I got a bit of a very steep learning curve yesterday in our dev call. Like it's gonna be a case of me having to play catch up a little bit quickly, so that obviously I'm on the same page as you guys. But like some of the things that are in the pipeline, super exciting. And I don't even think I've scratched the surface of what I'm going to start building in the new year. I don't even think I've even contemplated every angle for it yet. There's a lot that's still undecided at the moment with that. I'm pretty sure that though David's got some really cool ideas around it. I'm sure you guys have probably got some cool ideas to add to that equation. And so, yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting sort of started on that.
I was joking with Small Paul last night, or today. I said, I don't know what planet he came from, and all I'm happy for is that they have interstellar travel, because holy crap, that was pretty fun.
I mean, 2 years of working in quantum kind of opened my brain to a different type of thinking these days. Like I don't look at just one possibility now. I look at a lot more than just one possibility.
And there you are.
Excellent. Okay, so Sherm says, good job, Yeti. Private Sammy says, thank you. Foodwiser also says, aimed at me, a certain someone needs a team shirt. Yeah, or Yeti, I'll send you a team shirt. I think I've got a couple left. Hello, Nicholas. How are you doing, brother? A little bit late, aren't you? Okay, what I think we'll do is roll the stream up right now. Big thank you again to Yeti for coming on the stream and opening his camera up and telling us all about this new wallet that he's created. It's absolutely fantastic and simply a breath of fresh air for the project, and something that the project has needed for a long time now. And I think it has many benefits further down the line in terms of users. Obviously, we've talked about needing certain certificates for the Qt wallet to evade the antivirus checkers and things like that, because it's currently getting flagged. As far as we understand it, Electron is not bound by that or anything. So it's there's going to be less people turning around and walking away from the project based on what the antivirus flags just from this wallet alone. So I know that we do have a Qt wallet update from the developers, as we've explained before, with the cert fixes. But now we have a quicker, a much better solution, as well as that one. If you obviously people have their preferences of wallets, and there's nothing wrong with that, but we have another option now, which in my opinion is way better. So if you are watching and you are a developer of Raptoreum, I do apologise, but yeah, I prefer Yeti's wallet. So yes, if you would like to check us out, we're on X, that's at Raptoreum. We're on Threads. We're on TikTok at Official Raptoreum. We're also on Instagram at Raptoreum. We're just everywhere. If you want to check where we are, check out the bio on the X channel, and there's a link tree there for everything to do with the project. Again, if you are watching the stream and you haven't hit like yet, please do. Also hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with any more Raptoreum videos, and hopefully more Raptoreum videos with Yeti included in them. Again, Yeti, thanks for everything you've done for the project so far, and I just want to give one last thanks as well to Gecko's brother for everything that he's creating in terms of videos and images over the last couple of weeks. Thanks, Gecko's brother, and also Fudweiser and Falcon and Tenacious D for everything you do in pushing the voting on the different platforms. Obviously, we're not going to focus on that today because this is for this wallet for Yeti. But yes, big thanks to those as well. Finally, big thanks to all the community for sticking with us for so long. Again, this is something that we've been working on for a long time now in terms of the whole project. We're still here. We're still a solid team, and we're still building. So we're humbled to have such a good community. Anything you want to say, Hunter, before we leave?
I'm jazzed. This is great.
Yeti, final words of wisdom.
Oh, I'm sure that I'm going to be back on the next, stream, I'm sure, because that'll put us around the Christmas time, right? So I'm sure there's going to be quite a mad rush between Christmas and New Year for version updates. If I'm to get this ready for the new year. So yeah, I'm going to probably be in and around the community quite a fair bit in the next week or so.
Perfect.
Rabid Mining, if you're watching, take note, brother. I've been Paul Mills, or Binarai from Raptoreum Core. We've got Hunter Schultz here, who is the strategic director. And we have the one and only Yeti. I don't even need to tell you what he does. You should already know. We're the Raptoreum team. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers.